All right, all of my writing friends, today we're going to talk about writing groups and why they're so amazing, and we're going to talk about my writing group, what we do. So if you're in a writing group or you want to start a writing group, you can get some ideas of how to set it up, how to kind of run the whole thing, and yeah, hopefully this is educational and fun. I don't know. So, why are writing groups so important for people who want to seriously consider being an author as a career? Writing groups are full of people who help you to learn and grow. They help you hone your craft. They point out a lot of things that you wouldn't see yourself when writing your books, because oftentimes we are way too close to the project. And these people, they help point out things as you go that you might want to edit. They can help you kind of find maybe general weaknesses in your writing and help you work on them. They can give you great suggestions. So obviously you want to keep going to conferences and listening to podcasts, watching YouTube videos, enter competitions, all of that stuff to improve your writing as you go, year by year. But really, writing groups are essential. And they're a lot better and different than just simply getting beta readers to read your book when you're finished, because as I have experienced many times, but specifically on my last project, as you present them chapter by chapter as you're writing all of this stuff, they can point out things that you really need to edit or change in your plot and in your drafts. You can get that feedback right at the beginning and edit things that you need to, or have notes for yourself later to kind of save yourself a lot of work later on. But also, they are amazing cheerleaders of your work. They're so supportive. They're friends that you have that are they're like your work friends, right? They know what you're going through. They know what you have to be doing. They've experienced the same frustrations as you, and they can have some great advice, and they're just there to be supportive and be happy for you when you have successes, and be there for you when you get rejections. Also, you automatically have some more connections in the writing world, and they might know people that you don't know. I've had many different writing groups throughout the years. Some of them have been friends that I have. Some of them have been complete strangers that we met at a class or at a conference or something, or through mutual friends. They've all been amazing. But life happens. People move to different time zones, and you can't really find a time to meet that's convenient for everybody. So I recently, this year, got a new writing group filled with amazing authors. So there are 4 of us in our group, and I think everybody is kind of the consensus that no more than 5 people in a writing group, because you have to read each other's stuff and leave comments, and that's a lot of work to do when you're submitting 10 to 15 plus pages every other week, or every week even, or however often you decide to meet. That's a lot of work to do. We have 4 in our group. So there's myself, and then there is Shauna Silver. She is an amazing author. Her works are called Mind Games and The Con Code. We also have Caitlin Lochner, who is also amazing. Seriously, I'm blown away by these ladies every week. And all of them are fellow Swoon published authors. I don't know why I switched to a British accent right then, but I did. Her books are A Soldier and a Liar, and the sequel is An Outcast and an Ally. And then last but not least is Vicky Skinner. She has published All Our Worst Ideas, We Are the Ghosts, and How to Breathe Underwater. All of us, we have similarities. We write YA, we like fiction for sure. Some of us prefer fantasy, some of us don't. We're kind of like a mix of genres, and sometimes you want that in a writing group. You might not want that in your writing group. It's kind of up to you. I personally really like having it because you have these people who have unique views. They read maybe different stuff from you, and they can offer different insights that you maybe wouldn't consider, or like somebody who just writes YA fantasy wouldn't consider, and it is really productive and great. So I love that about this group. I love my writing group right now. We're all just like so supportive and fun, and everybody's so friendly and nice, and we get along so great, which is, you know, a huge bonus in a writing group. But, you know, not necessary, but, you know, if you like can't get along with some people, maybe you don't want to be in a writing group with them, and you can move on. And let me just say, side note, it is okay to leave a writing group if you feel like this isn't the right scene for me, or I want to get something different out of a writing group. Don't worry about hurting people's feelings, okay? Writing groups are kind of, yeah, to help other people, but they're for you, mainly. They're to help your writing. You need to do what's best for you. You need to be with the people who are best for you in your writing process. A little bit about how we function as a writing group, what we do. So we meet every other week, and that was kind of decided based on people's availability, their work schedule, their workload, what they could handle personally, because like I said before, writing groups are work. In 2 weeks, I probably put in like at least 4 or 5 hours into like reading and editing, submitting my work, putting that in, and then the actual meeting itself. We will kind of submit our work. We have a maximum of 5,000 words. Sometimes we like go a little bit over if we're like, the chapter's just an extra like 200 words, but we always check. We always say, hey guys, is it okay if my work is a little bit over this week? Just to be polite. If your work is longer, you submit it. Try to submit it earlier so that people have a little bit more time to read it if they need extra time. Always be considerate of your other group members. Okay, so we submit our work, and then we have a whole week to read and edit, and then we meet the following week. The way that we submit is we have a Google folder, and we just drop our pieces into the Google folder to be edited so everybody can see it. It's shared with everybody. We put suggestion mode on. Most of the time we just leave comments. Lots of times we'll leave a note at the top of our submission saying, hey guys, this is specific feedback that I'm looking for in this piece. And then sometimes it's just like reading through, correcting grammar. We don't really do a lot of that because we're mainly looking for plot and character and like general book structure stuff. And then when we actually have our meetings, to kind of keep things a little bit more brief, we'll take turns discussing each other's submissions. And since we have gone through and left comments, we don't take the time to rehash anything that's already been written in the document because, you know, you can just go read those later, you know? So we mainly reserve that time for if we have any questions. So we try to, if we can, review the comments that were left on our submissions and come to the meeting with questions. Like, hey, I saw you guys had particular issues at this point. What do you suggest in order to help me smooth that out, make it better? Stuff like that. And it's amazing how much incredible brainstorming you get with a group of fellow writers. Another fantastic reason to have a writing group, brainstorming. Outside of specific submissions and meetings, we have a Slack group. We have different, you know, chats in the Slack group. We've got like our one specifically for writing where we'll kind of sometimes post, hey, I am having trouble with this and I need your help right now. What do you guys think? Stuff like that. Sometimes we just get on there to complain like, guys, I need to write this chapter and it sucks. And we are all just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that sucks. You know, like just sharing the pain. We have just like for random life chatting, which is nice because we get to know each other more as friends and just average people. We have, you know, like a chat specifically for our meeting information and one for goals. We have one for goals. So basically whenever somebody feels that they need to be motivated a little bit more or held accountable, we'll throw something in there like, okay guys, my goal today is to edit this chapter or to write this number of words, and We're gonna check back in at the end of the day to let you know how I did. Writing groups are amazing. Go get one. If you are not sure where to get one, find some Facebook groups centered around writing. You know, I started with just my friends who I knew liked writing, friends that I met at writing classes in college, friends from elementary school where we reconnected and were like, hey, you like writing? I like writing. Let's be in a writing group together. I'm a member of SCBWI. If you join writing communities like that, you for sure have one in your area. They're everywhere. NaNoWriMo can be a great resource. Just start reaching out. Hey, does anybody want to be in a writing group? This is my genre. This is what I write. This is what I'm looking for in a writing group. I'd love to start one up with people. Reach out if you need help. Leave a comment and I can try my best to help you find a writing group. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments, but that was just a little insight into writing groups, why you should have them, and why mine is so amazing. And also go read all of their books. The people in my writing group do it.